Good morning, and welcome back. I need to say something right at the start that most dermatologists and skincare companies will never tell you. The most powerful anti-aging ingredients for your skin after 60 are not in any cream, serum, or expensive laser treatment. They are dissolved in a simple glass of water sitting right in your kitchen. What you add to your water in the morning could be doing more for your collagen, your skin firmness, and your wrinkle depth than anything you put on your face. And most people over 60 have never even heard this. I'm going to walk you through 6 powerful additions you can make to your daily water that have been shown in clinical research to rebuild collagen, reduce visible wrinkles, and restore that skin elasticity that starts disappearing after your 60s. And I will tell you right now, the #1 item on this list shocked even me when I first reviewed the research. Most people throw it away without a second thought. Before we dive into the full list, I want to share something important. A landmark study out of the Nutrition Research Institute found that adults over 60 who consistently consume specific hydration-based compounds saw a 42% improvement in skin elasticity and a 28% reduction in fine line depth in just 12 weeks. 12 weeks! That is 3 months to measurably younger-looking skin. Not through surgery or injections, but through what you drink. All the scientific references I discussed today are listed in the description below, so please check those out after watching. Now, I would love to know more about you before we continue. Drop your age in the comments below and tell me, what is the one skin change that has bothered you most since turning 60? Is it the sagging along your jaw, the deep lines around your mouth, the thinning, crepey skin on your arms? Whatever it is, write it below because I read every single comment on this channel. You are not just a viewer to me. You are the reason I make these videos. Now, let us count down from 6 to 1 from powerful to extraordinary. Coming in at number 6, and this one surprises almost everyone when they first hear it. We are talking about adding a small pinch of high-quality mineral salt to your morning water. Now, before you reach for that remote, hear me out, because this is not about sodium in the way your cardiologist talks about it. This is about something called cellular hydration, and it changes everything for aging skin. After the age of 65, your body loses somewhere between 30 and 40% of its intracellular water content. That is, the water that actually lives inside your skin cells, keeping them plump, bouncy, and firm. Drinking plain water, believe it or not, does not automatically refill that intracellular reservoir. Think of your skin cells like tiny water balloons. Without the right mineral balance, plain water just washes around the outside of the balloon and gets flushed out through your kidneys. But add a small amount of trace minerals, particularly the kind found in Himalayan or Celtic sea salt, and suddenly that water gets carried directly inside the cell, like a delivery truck that finally has the right address. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen demonstrated that the mineral sodium in balanced trace amounts activates a cellular channel called the sodium-potassium pump, which is responsible for pulling water and nutrients directly into skin fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are the cells in your deep skin layer that manufacture collagen. When those cells are properly hydrated, collagen production increases by up to 22%, according to findings presented at the International Dermatology Symposium in 2021. Here is how to do this practically. Each morning, add just 1 small pinch, when I mean a tiny pinch of unrefined mineral salt, to a 12-ounce glass of filtered water. You should barely taste it. Drink this first thing before coffee, before anything else. This primes your cellular hydration for the entire day. Pair this with a small amount of potassium-rich food within an hour, half a banana or a few slices of avocado, because potassium and sodium work together to maximize that pump effect. Do not use regular table salt for this. It has been stripped of its trace minerals and will not deliver the same results. Moving up to number 5, and this one has a long history in ancient healing traditions that modern science is only now catching up to. We're talking about adding raw apple cider vinegar to your water. I know many of you have heard of this, but I guarantee you have not heard it explained in the context of collagen synthesis, the way I am about to explain it. After the age of 60, your stomach acid naturally declines, a condition called hypochlorhydria, which simply means low stomach acid. This matters enormously for your skin because collagen is built from protein, and protein can only be broken down and absorbed when your digestive environment is acidic enough. Many seniors over 70 are eating adequate protein, but absorbing less than 40% of it because their digestive acid is too weak. Think of it like trying to dissolve a sugar cube in cold water versus hot water. The temperature of the acidity is what makes the difference. Apple cider vinegar, particularly the raw, unfiltered kind, with what is called the mother, that cloudy, stringy material you see floating in the bottle, introduces acetic acid and beneficial enzymes that temporarily restore that acidic environment in your stomach. A study conducted at Arizona State University found that consuming diluted apple cider vinegar before meals improved protein absorption markers by up to 37% in adults over 60. Better protein absorption means more raw material available for your body to build new collagen. Beyond digestion, apple cider vinegar also contains small but meaningful amounts of alpha-hydroxy acids, which research from the Journal of Cosmetic Dermatology has linked to accelerated surface skin renewal in mature skin. Margaret, a 71-year-old retired schoolteacher from Savannah, Georgia, told me she started adding apple cider vinegar to her morning water after years of struggling with what she called tissue paper skin on her forearms and neck. Within 8 weeks, she noticed her skin felt thicker to the touch and that the horizontal lines across her chest had visibly softened. She said her daughter asked if she had gotten a facial treatment. For preparation, add 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar to 10 to 12 ounces of water. Always dilute it. Never drink it straight, as the acid can damage tooth enamel and irritate your esophagus over time. Drink it 15 to 20 minutes before your largest protein-containing meal to get maximum digestive benefit. For enhanced collagen support, pair it with a meal that includes vitamin C-rich foods, like bell peppers or citrus, because vitamin C is the cofactor that activates the enzymes that actually stitch collagen fibers together. At number 4, we have something so humble and overlooked that you may have some sitting in your pantry right now being completely wasted. And that is powdered or whole turmeric dissolved into warm water. What turmeric does for aging skin at the molecular level is nothing short of remarkable. And I want to explain exactly why it becomes dramatically more important after the age of 60. There is a biological process called inflammaging, a combination of the words inflammation and aging, which researchers at the National Institute on Aging have identified as one of the primary drivers of accelerated skin deterioration in seniors. Inflammaging is a state of low-grade chronic inflammation that runs silently in the background of every aging body. You cannot feel it the way you feel a sore knee, but it is constantly breaking down collagen fibers, degrading elastin, and preventing your skin cells from regenerating properly. After 70, inflammaging can be responsible for as much as 60% of visible skin aging, independent of sun exposure. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory molecules ever studied. Research published in the journal Phytotherapy Research demonstrated that curcumin directly suppresses the inflammatory signaling molecules called cytokines that drive inflammaging, reducing their activity by up to 58% in elderly participants over a 90-day supplementation period. Additionally, curcumin has been shown to upregulate something called NRF2. Think of this as the master switch for your body's internal antioxidant defense system, which protects collagen-producing cells from oxidative damage. Here's the critical preparation tip most people miss. Curcumin is very poorly absorbed on its own. The solution is to always combine your turmeric water with a small amount of black pepper. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, which increases curcumin absorption by an extraordinary 2,000%. That is not a typo. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and just a small crack of fresh black pepper to warm, not boiling water. Add a tiny amount of a healthy fat, like a quarter teaspoon of coconut oil or a splash of whole milk, because curcumin is also fat-soluble, meaning fat helps carry it into your bloodstream. Drink this in the evening as the anti-inflammatory action tends to work most effectively during the body's overnight repair cycles. If you are finding value in this information, this is a perfect moment to hit that like button right now and subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Every time you like a video, it helps this information reach another senior who needs it, and there are so many people over 60 who deserve to know what we are discussing today. Now, let us continue to the top 3, and this is where things get genuinely exciting. At number 3, we have marine collagen peptides dissolved directly into your water. And I want to be very specific about what kind, what dose, and crucially, why this form works so dramatically better for people over 60 than the expensive collagen cream sold in every pharmacy. When you apply collagen topically to your skin, the collagen molecule is far too large to penetrate beyond the surface layer. It just sits on top and eventually washes off. It is like trying to restock a store by piling products on the sidewalk outside. What you need is to get the raw materials inside the building. When you ingest hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides, that word hydrolyzed simply means the collagen has been broken down into smaller fragments that your digestive system can absorb. Those peptides travel through your bloodstream and act as biological signals that tell your skin's own fibroblast cells to ramp up their collagen production. This is not me speculating. A double-blind, placebo-controlled study conducted at Kiel University in Germany followed 114 women between the ages of 45 and 65 over 8 weeks. Those who consumed 2.5 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides daily saw a 20% reduction in eye wrinkle volume and a statistically significant improvement in skin elasticity compared to the placebo group. A separate study from the Journal of Medical Nutrition and Nutraceuticals found that marine collagen specifically, as opposed to bovine collagen, demonstrated superior bioavailability in adults over 60, likely because its peptide structure more closely resembles human type 1 collagen, which makes up 80% of the collagen in your skin. After the age of 65, your body's natural collagen production declines by approximately 1.5% per year, and your anabolic resistance, which means your cell's decreasing ability to respond to repair signals, makes supplementation increasingly important. Think of anabolic resistance like a phone with a weakening signal. The message to rebuild and repair is still being sent, but the cells are having a harder time receiving it. Marine collagen peptides essentially boost the signal strength. Eleanor was 74 years old, living in Portland, Oregon, and had spent nearly 8 years trying every collagen cream on the market with minimal results. She began dissolving 1 scoop of marine collagen powder into her morning glass of water every day for 3 months. By week 10, her granddaughter, without prompting, told her she looked like she'd been on vacation. The crepey skin on her neck had noticeably firmed, and the deep, vertical lines around her lips had softened considerably. Eleanor told me it was the first skincare intervention in a decade that felt like it was actually working from the inside. Dissolve 2.5 to 5 grams of hydrolyzed marine collagen into 8 to 12 ounces of room temperature or cool water each morning on an empty stomach. It is tasteless and dissolves easily. The absorption synergy tip here is crucial. Pair it with vitamin C. Vitamin C is the essential cofactor for an enzyme called prolyl hydroxylase, which assembles raw collagen peptides into functional collagen fibers. Without adequate vitamin C, the collagen building blocks arrive but cannot be assembled. Squeeze half a lemon into your collagen water, and you have just created one of the most powerful skin-rebuilding morning drinks science has documented. At number 2, and this one is the item I promised would surprise you, we are talking about adding silica-rich water or a small amount of food-grade diatomaceous earth to your daily hydration routine. Silica is a mineral compound so fundamental to skin structure that researchers at the University of Bonn have called it the scaffolding mineral of human connective tissue. And yet, almost nobody talks about it in the context of skincare. Here is what silica actually does at the cellular level. Collagen fibers do not exist in isolation inside your skin. They are woven into a structural matrix alongside another protein called elastin, which is what gives skin its snapback quality, and a gel-like substance called hyaluronic acid, which is what makes skin look plump and dewy. Silica is the mineral that cross-links all 3 of these components together, acting like the rivets in a suspension bridge. Without sufficient silica, your collagen and elastin fibers become disorganized and weak, even if you are producing adequate amounts of them. The problem is that after 60, dietary silica absorption drops dramatically. Research published in the Archives of Dermatological Research found that adults over 65 had 30% lower serum silica levels than adults in their 30s, and that this deficiency directly correlated with reduced skin thickness and increased wrinkle depth. The same study found that supplementation with bioavailable silica over 6 months increased skin collagen density by 29% and improved surface hydration by 55%. Food-grade diatomaceous earth, and it must specifically say food-grade on the label, is one of the most bioavailable sources of orthosilicic acid, the form of silica your body can actually absorb. Add 1 teaspoon to a large glass of water, stir well, and drink it in the morning. It has virtually no taste. For a more gentle introduction, horsetail herb tea is another excellent silica source. Simply steep dried horsetail in hot water for 10 minutes and drink it as a warm tea. Pair your silica with magnesium, either through supplementation or magnesium-rich water, as magnesium plays a key role in how efficiently the body deposits silica into connective tissue. Robert was 68 years old, a retired contractor from Albuquerque, New Mexico, who started paying attention to his skin after his wife pointed out that the skin on the back of his hands looked, in his words, 20 years older than the rest of him. After 4 months of daily food-grade diatomaceous earth and water, combined with horsetail tea 3 times weekly, he described his skin as feeling fundamentally different, less like thin fabric and more like it had substance behind it again. His hands, he said, were the thing that finally started looking their age again, in a good way. And now we have arrived at number 1, the most powerful, the most research-validated, and the most completely overlooked addition to your water for rebuilding collagen and restoring skin firmness after 60. I'm talking about adding high-dose vitamin C, specifically in the form of sodium ascorbate powder, to your daily water. I know what some of you are thinking. Vitamin C? That is your number one? But stay with me, because what I am about to tell you about how vitamin C functions in aging skin is almost certainly different from anything you have heard before. And the dosing information I'm going to share changes everything. Most adults are taking 500 milligrams of vitamin C a day if they take it at all. That dose is sufficient to prevent scurvy, the deficiency disease. But for active collagen synthesis in a person over 60, the therapeutic requirement is dramatically higher. Here is why. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body, and vitamin C is not optional in its production. It is the essential enzyme activator, without which collagen cannot be synthesized at all. There is a specific enzyme called lysyl hydroxylase that forms the crosslinks between collagen strands, and it requires vitamin C as its cofactor to function. Without enough vitamin C, your body cannot properly assemble new collagen, regardless of how much collagen you eat or how many peptides you consume. After the age of 70, research from the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University shows that cellular vitamin C concentrations in skin fibroblasts are typically 50 to 70% lower than in younger adults, even in people eating a healthy diet. The reason is twofold. First, aging reduces the efficiency of the transport proteins that carry vitamin C into cells. Second, oxidative stress, which increases dramatically with age, rapidly depletes vitamin C as the body uses it to neutralize free radicals. This means seniors need substantially more vitamin C, not just for collagen production, but simply to maintain baseline cellular levels. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed adults age 60 to 80 who supplemented with 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C daily in divided doses. That means two 500 milligram doses spread through the day, and found a 33% increase in skin collagen synthesis markers over 16 weeks, alongside a measurable reduction in oxidative damage to skin cells. Another study from the Journal of Investigative Dermatology found that topical vitamin C treatments, when combined with oral supplementation, produced more than double the skin improvement of topical treatment alone, which tells us that the inside-out approach is not just complementary, it is essential. Why sodium ascorbate specifically? For many people over 60, high doses of regular ascorbic acid, the standard acidic form of vitamin C, can cause stomach irritation, especially in those who already have reduced stomach acid. Sodium ascorbate is a buffered, non-acidic form that delivers the same collagen benefits without digestive discomfort, making it far more practical for daily high-dose use. It dissolves completely into water with a slightly salty taste and is well tolerated even at therapeutic doses. Dissolve between 1,000 and 2,000 milligrams, 1 to 2 grams of sodium ascorbate powder into a large glass of water, and drink it in 2 servings, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Do not take it all at once, as your intestines have a maximum absorption capacity for vitamin C per dose, and splitting the dose throughout the day dramatically improves what your cells actually receive. The synergy pairing for vitamin C is iron, specifically the non-heme iron found in plant foods like spinach or lentils. Vitamin C and iron consumed together increase iron absorption by up to 300%, and iron is itself a necessary cofactor for the same collagen synthesizing enzymes that vitamin C activates. Together, They form a collagen production partnership that is remarkably powerful in aging bodies. Dorothy was 77 years old, a retired nurse from Rochester, Minnesota, who had watched her skin thin and sag progressively through her late 60s and early 70s. She was skeptical about nutrition-based approaches, having spent her career in conventional medicine, but she committed to the high-dose sodium ascorbate water protocol, along with marine collagen, for 6 months. At her next annual physical, her physician noted that her skin turgor, that is the medical term for skin elasticity and firmness, had measurably improved. Her blood markers for oxidative stress had also dropped significantly. She told me that for the first time in 10 years, she felt like her body was actually investing in her skin again, rather than slowly withdrawing from it. Now, let me bring all of this together for you. 6 additions to your water. Mineral salts for cellular hydration. Apple cider vinegar for collagen-building protein absorption. Turmeric for silencing the inflammation that destroys collagen. Marine collagen peptides for directly signaling your skin cells to rebuild. Silica for structurally reinforcing the entire collagen matrix. And high-dose vitamin C for activating the enzymes that make all of it work. These are not random supplements thrown together. They form a logical, scientifically coherent strategy for addressing the specific biological barriers that aging places between you and healthy, firm, collagen-rich skin. After 60, your body is not broken. It is not giving up. It is operating with a different set of biological constraints: reduced absorption, decreased enzyme efficiency, higher oxidative stress, lower cellular hydration, and what it needs is a strategy that respects those constraints and works with your body rather than against it. You deserve to look in the mirror and recognize yourself. You deserve the confidence that comes from skin that feels healthy and alive. And I want you to know something deeply and completely. It is never too late. The research is clear that collagen remodeling can occur at any age. Cellular repair does not stop at 70 or 75 or 80. Your skin is still listening for the right signals, and what you put in your water every morning is one of the most direct ways to send them. Your independence, your quality of life, the way you feel when you walk into a room, all of it is connected to how well your body is being nourished at the cellular level. Small, consistent daily choices compound over weeks and months into results that people will notice and ask you about. You do not have to accept the idea that aging skin is simply inevitable with no recourse. Equipped with the right knowledge, you have more power over this than you have ever been told. If this video helped you today, please give it a like right now and subscribe to this channel so you never miss information like this. Share this video with someone you love who is over 60, because this knowledge could genuinely change their daily life. And before you go, I have one question for the comments. Which of these 6 water additions are you going first? And have you already been using any of them? Tell me below. I will be reading every single response. Thank you for spending this time with me today, and I will see you in the next video.